Yeah. Are we rolling? Here we go. The camera rolling, as they say. Some of you might remember the old reel to reel. Yeah, from my childhood, I remember that. Wow, well, it's not really a long time ago. Any movie or video, what it is, it's many pictures that are stacked. Let's see, what did they call that? I used to make animations to where you take JPEGs, pictures like off the internet, and you can stack them, and then you can animate them and actually make a movie out of them. I used to do that with what was called 98 Windows Easy Photo. So I've had my hand in, computer software, a lot of computer software. But anyway, I don't expend too much time in that anymore like I used to because, I had a boring, awful marriage back in the 90s. So I'd waste time on that as an escape from my idiotic life I had to live. Anyway, so much for that. What I'm going to talk about is oil. Oh, okay, here is my credentials and my knowledge. Okay, I retired with high drill, subsea drilling. Okay, which of course, involves some oils. And I've worked with Houston Fuel Oil in Houston, Texas, that handles all of your petroleums, coming from different sources. I've been in every refinery in Houston, Texas. Well, actually, the refineries are in Pasadena, Texas, and some are even on the outskirts of Baytown. But that is still Houston, if you've ever been here. But Houston is the refinery capital of the world. Alright, and whether they are Shell, Exxon, Charter Oil, Conoco, Sinclair, Shell, Chevron, they are all Standard Oil. They are owned by the Rockefellers, okay, the Rockefeller family, and have been since around the year 1820. They are standard oil, all of them. It is the same oils and same gasoline that you're buying at any gas station. So it's just a matter of the price you're paying. But here's something I want to let you people know about. There is no such thing as the detergent oil that you are buying these days. It says detergent oil, and you're paying more money for it. Okay, what that is, it was back around the year 1970. It's a stunt that was pulled that fooled a lot of people. It's like, let's put one, let's call it non-detergent, and then the other detergent and charge 50 cents more a quart. This is around 1970. It's just play people for stupid. If they're stupid enough to believe it, do this, because they've forgotten history. What all oil is detergent in the way, like oil was declared a detergent, such as kerosene, diesel, or even thin oils, or thicker oils, like in the year 1820. Like use kerosene to clean a cast iron stove, or use kerosene or a thinner oil to pour on rusty horseshoes, and then let it sit a while. It breaks the rust down to where you can scrape the rust off. So it's a detergent agent action, see, is what it is. Or like all oil is detergent in the way, okay, the up top of the engine heads on a car engine, whether it be V8, V6, inline 4-cylinder, or inline 6-cylinder. Okay, when the oil goes up, the overhead oil, towards your valve guides and valve stems or rockers or cam lobes if it's overhead cam. Okay, what that is the detergent action. Any carbons, okay, on top of the heads, it breaks them down to where they can flow back down into the oil pan. That's why your oil gets black after a certain amount of time. It's because of this reoccurring and reoccurring. Okay, that's a detergent action of oil. You know, my countertop is filthy here in my house where I set all kinds of junk, you know, coffee, you know, different things. I could take WD-40, which is a light oil, or even automatic transmission fluid, and pour on it and rub it, it would break it all down. See, it's a detergent action is what it is. But as far as an oil today, one is non-detergent and one is detergent oil, it's all lies. It's not true. You know, I mean, they are all the detergent as far as what they were labeled as in the year 1820, you know, by marketers, salespeople that the Rockefeller used to sell their products, such as lamp oil or to clean cast iron stoves and ovens, or you know, for the blacksmith to use, you know, that built different items, or to build firearms, for example. Okay, oils were used. It was used as a cleansing product, okay? It breaks down rust. And you can grind better if you have an oil. That's why you go into any machine shop, you'll see what looks like milk coming out of a tube coming down on the part being turned or reshaped, whether it's a piece of steel or bar stock or aluminum. Okay, it's just white dye in light oil is what it is. Because, see, it keeps the carbide insert and the drill bits cooler while at the same time providing a lubricant, okay? See, at the same time, in cleansing, you know, to where they don't become glazed and the metal shavings will fall down, all right? But all oil is the same. Now, the difference is the weight, the thickness of oil. Such as weight, here's what it stands for, people. Okay. It stands for oil that is under 50 pounds of pressure through a port, okay, at 240 degrees Fahrenheit. That is how the weight of any oil is measured. It is done in that way. And no oil gets thicker as it gets hotter. All oil, when it's colder, it's thicker. When it gets hotter, it gets thinner. Like if you're using 10W30 in your car engine, or 15W40, or 20W50, take the dipstick out when the engine's cold. See how many times it drips in 10 seconds. Then, after the engine's hot, pull up somewhere, pull it out, and see how many times it drips in 10 seconds. It'll be 3 times greater after the engine is hot because the oil has become thinner. Okay? These are things that people do not know. They do not understand these things. Like the oil you buy, you know, the best oil you can buy that is actually truthful, it's not any lies involved in it. You go to your grocery store or to a convenience store. I know most of you have seen a brand of oil. It's called Golden State. Golden State. All right. And you will have SAE on each bottle. It'll say 20 weight brand, 30 weight brand, 40 weight brand. You know that is the best oil that you can buy, and here's why. Because it's the same thing. You're paying $7 a quart for at the parts store that's called detergent oil. It's the same damn thing, but it's much, much cheaper. So if you want 20 weight in your car, which people are using 20W50, if you want 20 weight, well then buy 20 weight at the Family Dollar store. You'll get it much, much cheaper. You see? Same thing with transmission fluid. It's between 1 and 2 weight engine oil. The averages is 1.5 weight. It's very thin and it's got red dye in it, but it's still oil. And people, they keep saying fluid, like transmission fluid. It's not fluid, people. It's oil, okay? It's oil. You know, but it's a fluid substance. But still, it is oil. It is an oil substance, okay? As far as the white oil to use, here's what was available even in most automotive manuals. You know, the ones that the car came with when you bought a car new, and it would have a manual. They use temperature charts to tell you what weight oil to use in your engine. Like depending, is it 20 degrees below? Is it 25 degrees to 35 degrees? Is it 35 degrees to 55 degrees and on up as to what weight to use? But see, that's not used anymore. What is done now, see, the one size fits all method, into where all cars, the oil specifications based on weight is based on if you live by the Great Lakes area in the United States or New York City. Nothing could be worse. Because if you live in the South area, Houston, Texas, where I live, okay, my 2002 Ford Super Crew that has the 4.6 modular V8 engine. On the all cap, I can only laugh at it. It says use 5W20. If I use 5W20 in that engine, it would ruin it. It would ruin it. I mean, that's incredibly thin. That would apply to what would be in Detroit, Michigan, or New York City, a place with sub-zero temperatures, you know, during the winter months. But to use that in Houston, Texas, in a southern area like this, if I use 5W20, which all that is 5-weight oil, it would ruin my engine. And so, you know, but that's what the automakers want people to do. They want them to ruin those engines. Their scheme is for you to buy another brand new car every 2 or 3 years. And all they have to do is just cover that 36,000 miles, you know, to where that you can get away with this being ignorant and using the wrong oil in your engine. Let's see, what else? I made a video similar to this about 6 years ago, but it got hardly no views. You know, it's sad. I wish this could get views. People need to wake up. Quit being stupid. Also, balls of oil that says special racing formula. No such thing as a special racing formula. Any additives to oil will only ruin oil. It's good in its absolute form. Some will say zinc added. No, there isn't. There's no zinc added, because if you use metal particles, or how are you going to dissolve zinc into a liquid? And then you're going to use it against what is tempered metal, your pistons, your cylinders, your bearings in your engine. No, people, it doesn't exist, because this would disrupt the flow of oil in your engine. if such a thing existed. It's made up. Nonsense. Okay, there you go. You know, it's all about money on this earth. As to how much money you are worth is how many lies you can tell and how much extortion you can commit. And that's the way it is. You know, it's like divorce corporation these days. Another subject, but I've covered that in videos over the years as well. Okay, what else do we want to discuss here? Okay, here's something people should consider. Okay, well, speaking of detergent, what do you people think this detergent is? What do you think they do? Take dishwashing detergent and squirt in the oil? Well, just what would this detergent be? Does it come from outer space, from Martians or ETs? What is in you people's minds, you know? You people's minds have been mesmerized. You've allowed marketers to do this. You know, it's like the traveling salesman of the 1780s. I have this elixir here. Look at this blue liquid. It will make you become more youthful again. You can grow your teeth back if you take this. And people go, oh. So they would give this person money for absolutely nothing. But who do you think the source was that sold the little glass bottles? That salesman did not make those glass bottles. Of the elites, people with a lot of money. There were glass factories where they made glass. And these were salesmen. People would fall for it. They made fools out of themselves. Is all they did. But what else? I'm always afraid I'll leave something out. Because, see, I know these things. But then some parts of what I'm discussing, I will assume other people know when most people don't know. So, but anyway, the way to go on oil you buy the cheapest oil you can find. And remember that first number on that bottle with that W in front of it, that stands for white, which is Federal Measures. Okay? Federal Measures. And that is measured at 240 degrees. That second number, it's made up. It's fictitious. Here's how they got away with that without being, sued, by the Supreme Court of the United States. Because it's worded in their initial literature, we believe our oil, even though it's a 10 weight or a 20 weight oil, it is our belief our oil is as good as what is 50 weight oil. You see? That's how they get away with that. But you notice there's no W following that second number because the federal authorities will not allow them to do it because it's not true. But the first number, that was measured at 240 degrees. That way that W symbol is legal. And there is no detergent in oil. The non-detergent and the detergent are the same thing, man. They're the same thing, people. But anyway, most people, you're probably going to stick to your beliefs. You're going to continue to do that because when people are indoctrinated, when you open a door for them and you show them the truth, it scares people. It scares people. It's like, I better not. Or they'll tell some other coworker and they're going to say, what? Oh no, you better use detergent oil. See, and they're going to keep paying all that money. That's what's going to happen generally. And one thing about the internet, when it comes to oil or anything else, it's full of lies. Rarely are you going to be able to single down to a truthful source on the internet. It's very, very rare, you know. But there you go. Take it for what it's worth to you. You know, it's like this. People can be, you can be stupid or you can be smart. It's up to you. It's up to you, peoples. But anyway, all of you have a great day or a great evening.